Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Biz Apps with Blake, the show where I bring you all of the news, updates, and other exciting things that I think that you should know about. And we're actually going to start off this episode talking about something that happened last month. I talked about this a lot last month, so I'm not going to go into it into elaborate detail here in this video, but we need to start using the right terminology around the new Power Apps and Power Automate licenses. On the Power Apps side, the Power Apps per user license was renamed to Power Apps Premium. So there's really not a feature change here. It is simply a naming change. You're still going to get all of your premium connectors and all the other things that you love out of that Power Apps per user license, again, just being called Power Apps Premium. Then on the Power Automate side, things were shaken up a little bit more because you had a couple of layers or levels of licensing, and some of that was consolidated and simplified. So previously you had Power Automate per user and Power Automate with attended RPA. Attended RPA brought the attended RPA feature to a per user license. It was $40. The per user license just by itself was $15. Well, notice you don't see either of those anymore. They basically consolidated all the features, said, hey, you don't need any lower feature set than the attended RPA. So let's go ahead and move it down to the per user pricing, and let's make it fall in line with our premium naming convention. So now all of a sudden you have Power Automate Premium, which you could say is like Power Automate per user, but you'd be incorrect because it's more like Power Automate with attended RPA. I know that's very confusing, but hang with me here. So that is your new sort of floor. Your entry level license is at $15 per user per month for Power Automate. But again, you are getting attended desktop flows, aka RPA, robotic process automation with that. So super cool, extra value add at that same price point that people are used to. And then instead of the Power Automate per flow license, which had a pretty good price, except for you did have to buy 5. Now there is the Power Automate process license. So there is no minimum on the process license. You buy what you need, and it's going to help satisfy a lot of those same use cases that you would have previously been using with a Power Automate per flow license. The next thing that we need to talk about is the big change that happened this month with D365 Marketing and D365 Customer Insights. Now, to be fair, I have put out a ton of links and collateral on this stuff already, so please go back and reference those things. I don't know that I'm going to go back to my old videos and posts to relink stuff I've already linked. I'm going to ask you to search some of that yourself. It shouldn't be a big deal. But what I have up here on the screen are 2 copies of the licensing guide. On the left is the brand new September 2023 licensing guide, and on the right is the August 2023 licensing guide. I've been waiting to put out this video until the licensing guide finally showed up because I do consider it to be the highest authority in Microsoft Dynamics licensing. So I have them both up side by side so that we can sort of compare some of the differences and talk about them. So on the right-hand side, the old D365 marketing license, you had a base or an attached variant. You qualified for the attach if you had at least 10 Sales Pro, Customer Service Pro, Sales Enterprise, Customer Service Enterprise, etc. You also had things called additional contacts and additional interactions you could buy to help bring additional contact capacity or interaction capacity to your marketing environment. Perhaps you needed to be able to market to more people than what the default marketing license allowed you to do. You were able to do that with additional contacts, or if you needed to interact with a number of contacts more than you were allotted, you could buy the additional interactions. So you had all of this going for you. Plus, you could buy additional marketing applications for production or non-production. So perhaps you want to have some sort of marketing sandbox that you're working with. You needed to get a marketing non-prod license for that. Or if you wanted to have a couple of instances of marketing up and running, you could get additional marketing applications. So you had a lot of components going for it, plus a little bit of a table here on what the contacts and interactions looked like. So you got 10K contacts a month, 100K interactions a month. Microsoft sticks pretty hard to that 10-to-1 ratio there. And then on the add-on capacity, you were different tiers. Some of the tiers, as you see, had different purchase quantities associated with them, and you got so much depending on where you sort of fell in those tiers. In addition to that, you also had customer insights. So here we are, and we see that you also, again, sticking to that 10 to 1 ratio, right? 10,000 accounts per tenant per month, 100,000 profiles per tenant per month. You got a production and a sandbox. You got some customer voice responses. You could also get additional uh, capacity here, insights accounts, insights profiles. So all of that was available to you as well. Two very massive SKUs. MSRP was 1,500 US per tenant per month on each of those. So just a beast of a solution altogether. What they've done here is actually pretty genius in that it is consolidated. It is slightly more simplified. It still takes a lot of talking about to get the point across, but it's not Microsoft licensing if it doesn't, right? So over here on the left, we have the one, the only D365 Customer Insights. Again, all of your marketing has been merged into this now. You have Customer Insights and you have Customer Insights attached. Same sort of qualification criteria you'd have for marketing and marketing attached. They go through some of the different names, how it is two separate applications here. We see that Insights Journeys is what D365 Marketing was, and Insights Data was what Customer Insights formerly was as well. We go through capacities here. Again, each person interacted is entitled to 10 times that number in interactions. You have interacted people, which was formerly uh, active contacts, and unified people, which was formerly profiles. So we kind of, that's why I have these up sort of side by sides. You can start to draw the parallel lines between what's what, and then you can purchase additional capacities based off of this. This right here is honestly the best part of it for me. It shows you that with the new customer insights, you do get two applications. You get the insights data and insights journeys. As I just said, you also get 4 environments per application according to the licensing guide. Why is that so huge? Because there's many of you out there who might be paying for additional production and non-production instances of marketing, and you might be concerned thinking, oh, well, this is going to be a net price increase for me. And you know what? Honestly, when you factor in that you get some additional environments, it might not be. This might actually be a cost savings for you to consider jumping from marketing to customer insights. Uh, Capacities, again, not really changing a lot there. And then these tiered packs are, again, greatly simplified. Previously, again, with both solutions, you had a license for marketing and customer insights to deal with. You had base attached, you had the add ons, the capacity add ons, and they all operated differently. This is sort of one SKU, two products. You manage as you need to manage. It's honestly, the more you'll dig into it, if you understand Microsoft licensing, you'll see this is a lot easier, and there is a ton of additional value here. But I do implore you, if you're big into the customer data platform, CDP, if you're big into customer insights, if you're big into D365 marketing, get the September 2023 license guide and look this information over. It is, in my opinion, a little bit short for what it is, but Microsoft's also been putting out FAQs around this for over 2 weeks now. So there is still a lot of supplementary reading material you can do if this isn't answering those questions. Just a couple of other quick things I want to make you aware of happening in the coming weeks. The first one is that next week on September 13th, I will be speaking on a webinar with our friends at Azamba, part of their webinar series entitled Partnering for Customer Success. I'm going to be on there talking about licensing and helping you unlock all of the hidden potential in your Microsoft licensing right now. When's a good time to suggest what product? When's the best time to go all in on license spend, where you can pull back, and maybe some of what you can already do with what you already have. So please join me on that next week. I will put the registration link in the video description. And then shortly after that, at the end of the month, I will be attending Ingram Micro ONE 2023 in Nashville. Super excited. I am pretty much a lifelong Southerner, and I have not yet made it to Nashville. So this is my excuse. If you are an Ingram Micro partner and you are attending, I'd love to carve out some time with you to talk about dynamics or whatever really is on your mind in terms of business priorities. But if you see me there, please come say hey. Please come loaded with dynamics questions. I am there at your beck and call for the entire duration of the event. So look me up and let's have a chat. And then a couple of weeks after that, I will be at Community Summit in Charlotte. Super excited about this one. Charlotte literally is my backyard. So excited to go back to the Queen City and go out on the town, help welcome people in from, all parts of the country or maybe even the world there. And I have a pretty compelling session happening once again around licensing as part of our sponsorship for that event. So I hope that if you go, you will join me and attend that session. I know that the conversation about licensing always packs out a room because it is such a large topic and can be very difficult to navigate. If you are not registered for Community Summit and you would like to be, I do have a discount code that I can help you out with. It'll get you 10% off your registration. So that way you can register, come spend a couple days in Charlotte. The weather should be super great, and there will be hundreds of amazing sessions for you to attend. Outside of those things, there is a Microsoft Reactor 9-part series that's been going on around Microsoft Fabric. I found that to be pretty compelling. I tried to just stick to the Power BI component of Fabric, but this covers really everything Fabric cover to cover. No pun intended, but it's been really compelling. I'll drop the link for that. Again, there are 7 parts left. I think the others are probably already available on demand, but they happen live every Tuesday, and it's a super good time. If you're not familiar with the Microsoft Reactor platform in terms of all of the learning and development they're doing over there, you're really missing out. And then also this month, September 19th, there is a Copilot Bootcamp being put on by Azure. I'm pretty sure this is being put on by Microsoft. Sorry, folks. I'm sure that this is more sales focused, but could still be worth your while to attend. Once again, I will drop registration links for that in the video description as well. Thank you so much for your time. I hope you learned a little bit of something today. I hope I'll see you at some upcoming events. Y'all take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Talk to you then.